Elizabeth Smart's father made headlines over the summer when he revealed to the public that he is gay. Ed Smart became a national figure back in 2002 when his daughter Elizabeth was kidnapped and then she was rescued 9 months later. Now he's speaking to CBS This Morning exclusively. He told us about struggling with his sexuality for decades and how very difficult it was to come out to his wife and his children.
When I think back to where I was as a youth, I think 12 or 13, I started, I kind of felt like I was a little different than others. That
Different how?
Different than, boys were interested in girls, and I found myself kind of more interested in boys. I did the typical going out.
With girls, you mean?
With girls. I was taught that having an attraction for another male was not right. It was something that was not acceptable in society, in my culture and the LDS faith at the time, and I wanted to be accepted.
Searching for acceptance nearly his entire life, the Mormon father of 6 was married to his wife Lois for 34 years. And when you met Lois, did you think she's the one?
I did.
You did?
Really did. I just thought, this can work.
Were you happy?
Yes, we were happy. During the course of our marriage, there were times where I would have these feelings come up. Why do I find this guy super attractive? And I just wanted to push it down and, please go away. I don't need this in my life.
About 4 years ago, Ed Smart says his wife asked him an unexpected question.
My wife asked me, Ed, are you gay?
Now, Ed, why would she ask you that 4 years ago? Why would she? Most wives don't ask their husbands that question.
Yes.
Out of the blue for no reason.
Right.
When she asked you if you're gay, what did you say to her?
I said, what does that mean?
That's not a difficult question. That seems an odd answer to say.
That does seem an odd answer.
What does that mean? Yeah.
But what does that mean?
Yeah.
Does that mean that I've been unfaithful to her? Does that mean that I have, gone out and been with other men? And my answer was absolutely not. It never has been. And I've fought that. I don't think that people understand the fight that goes on inside. And I feel horrible that our marriage has ended. Lois is a wonderful woman. I wish somehow she understood. I think she believes that it was my choice. And yes, it was my choice to end our marriage.
But it wasn't your choice to be gay, you're saying?
It was not my choice to be gay. Until I left her, I was always faithful.
And I can see that you're in pain because of the pain you know that you have caused her.
Yes. The question came up, is our marriage a sham? And I'm saying absolutely not. I loved you. We had many good years together. Was I fighting this internal fight? Yes, I was.
Ed and Lois Smart ended their marriage this year. But before the divorce, Ed still had to come out to his 6 children.
At this point, she said, fine, go ahead and tell the kids. And I went in and called each one of them, and this was 5 o'clock in the morning.
You called each child 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's how they heard?
I said, your mother and I are getting a divorce, and I'm gay.
Ed, how are your kids supposed to process that? Because they had
Boom.
It's like you threw a grenade in the middle
Boom.
of the family. Yes.
That grenade had been building for so many years that when it had an opportunity of going off, it was ready to.
But did you ever think maybe we should gather everyone together and tell everyone? I'm just thinking being the child on the other side of that line.
Right. I wanted each one of them to hear this from me. And yes, it would have been nice if they had been in front of me. But I wanted this pain and this struggle to be over with.
What was their reaction?
Anywhere from, well, Dad, if you're gay, you're gay. I still want you in my life, to, the shock of, you're what?
Yeah.
You're what?
How do you feel now that you have really shared your truth?
You get to a point where you sit there and say, you know, I'd rather have the truth out there from me than some rumor mill, you know, putting something together that is just not me.
When people say, Ed, you have a problem, to them, what do you say? What was your problem?
I would say that my problem was that I was trying to be straight when I was gay.
That was a problem. What is next for Ed Smart?
I don't know what is next for Ed Smart.
Is Ed Smart dating?
Yes, Ed Smart is dating, yes.
Mm-hmm. Has Ed Smart met anyone that you would like to tell us about? That looks like a happy smile to me.
I think I will leave that in the privacy of Ed Smart.
Okay. But you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
All right. I plan on being happy, and I plan on having a very full life, and I want each one of my children to be happy, and I want Lois very much to be happy.
He brought up his ex-wife Lois many, many times because he's very concerned about her. He really wants her to understand that what they had meant a lot to him, that he was in fact in love with her, and that this is just, he's now finally feels free. It was good that we could end the interview where he could actually smile because it was very emotional.
Yeah.
A lot of tears during that interview, and my heart, I have to say, just opened up to him. And now, you know, he spends a lot of his time, when we were there in Utah over the weekend, he's speaking out to LGBTQ youth and to their parents. He does seminars now. He wants to speak out because he doesn't want people to struggle the way that he did.
There's so much
and he
sadness.
hopes people will accept him. There was so much sadness. It was so palpable in the room.
You live a whole life
you feel for
not
him.
being who you are.
No, it was very, very difficult.
And
now he has some repair work to do with his family, and he knows that.
But it's not a sham. You know, a marriage is more than the bedroom.
Yes.
It's not a sham.
That's a very good point. Very good point.